Well, it's 7:30 in the morning. I couldn't believe it. I went out and walked the dogs at 6:45. I came back in the camper and Miss Cindy was out of bed, sipping on a cup of coffee that I'd fixed. 382 miles according to the GPS is what we have left to get to Kerrville. Funny story this morning. Sitting here drinking my cup of coffee about 10 after 7. There's a couple of truckers parked in the parking lot next to us. One of the truckers gets out of his 18-wheeler and walks over to the door. I'm standing there putting some cream and sugar in my coffee. And he says, "Can I buy a cup of coffee from you for $5? And I said, "If you've got a coffee cup, I'll give you a cup of coffee." So he went back to his truck, came back with a dirty old cup that he pulled off the floorboard from a 7-Eleven from Lord knows how many days ago. Cindy offered to wash it out, and he said, "It ain't nothing but coffee sugar." Nice old guy. And so we filled her up and gave him a cup to start his day. I'm gonna flip this around. This is Carlsbad. I tell you, this part of New Mexico, and I'm sure the first part of Texas here, is pretty bare, and it looks like nothing but oil fields. But man, bless the oil workers. They make all this travel possible. It's good to see the oil wells going up and down. A little bit of energy there. It says we are coming up on the Texas state border here on, we're still on 285, aren't we, Cindy?
Yes.
Here on 285. It's like this 285 has been the story of my life here for the last 2 days. Got another 104 miles, and it says we'll be getting on Highway 10 crossing Texas. All right, this says this should be the border. And the sign says, "End of road work." Thank you, Fisher Sand and Gravel. Thank you, Fisher Sand and Gravel. Well, that was very non-climatic. Now we're in Texas.
That's what happens when you're in the middle of nowhere.
Yep, that's when that happens. Wait, there's another sign up here. Does this one say? Shows we're well past the line, according to our GPS. Nope, just says we're on 285. Oh well, we're in Texas now. Home sweet home. So we've been in construction for the last, 35 miles. It is narrow through here, especially with those big 18-wheelers passing you on the driver's side. Yeah, you never know what you're going to be driving through when you're on the road. You got to be prepared. You got to stay sharp and focused. It's always good to have a good co-pilot sitting there being an extra set of eyes. We had a truck back there that didn't have a trailer on it, and it's got tiny little brake lights. I'm trying to maneuver through all this on the road. Like I said, it's been 30 or 35 miles. And then you come up on these barricades. Luckily, Cindy saw him with his brake lights on, and I totally missed it. And I would have, could have rear-ended them if I didn't have a good co-pilot. So it's good for everybody to be aware, especially when you're going through this type of environment where they're doing all this construction. So I just wanted to share the construction with you and tell you to be vigilant out there. We've been through quite a few speed changes here on 285, and that guy flew by me about a mile ago, passed us on one of those little areas that goes to 2 lanes, let people pass. He flew by me like I was sitting still, and it didn't work out too good for him. I see the old Super Trooper got him. So we just switched over to Interstate 10. We'll be on this for 239 miles to exit 501 in Kerrville. So this looks a lot better than that road we were just on. Lord have mercy. But we're crossing out of West Texas, headed to the hill country. We'll bring you back in if we see anything else. It's still pretty barren out here, but from what I hear, that's what West Texas is. You got to get into the hill country and the Gulf to get the beauty of it. Thought I'd bring y'all back in. We're finally leaving the flat, desertous part of Texas, and we are 169 miles from Kerrville, and we're starting to get into the edges of the hill country where Texas turns much prettier. And I thought y'all would like to see this part. We're going to be stopping in about 50 miles for some fuel, and I'm curious to see how the mileage is affected. We ended up running the generator for right at 10 hours last night. I set we have an auto gen system on the coach, and I set it to where if it got over 73 degrees in the camper, the generator would turn on and it'd turn on the air conditioner. So it was hot and muggy last night. Like I said, it ended up running for about 10 hours because once the generator turns on, it cycles for an hour and a half and then it shuts back off. And then when the coach gets hot again, it turns on for another hour and a half. So anyway, I'll bring y'all back in, but isn't the hill country much prettier? All right, the top of this hill, Love's gas station. We're below half a tank. I don't like for it to get below half a tank. I don't even like for it to get to a half a tank. And Cindy has talked me into a refreshing Subway sandwich while we're here. It's 1:48. I did not realize that we were going to be going through a time change between New Mexico and Texas. I thought we were going straight down, but no, we went from Mountain Time to Central Time, right, Cindy?
Yeah.
Oh, I like the way they're double pumps, and they look like they're angled. Call Midnight. She is under my feet.
Midnight, get over here. Come on.
Midnight, look, they've got grass.
Woo! Hope it doesn't have stickers in it.
All right, so I'm gonna go around and then up to these. Okay.
Okay.
Something smells like tortilla chips. Do we have any tortilla chips?
Nope.
Now, do you see anywhere to park for when we go in to get our Subway? Or are we gonna need to pull in the back? All right, let me let you out. I'll be back after we get gas. Alright, so I'm at the Loves. As you can see, I used my Loves app and got 10 cents off, so I paid $3.35.9. She was thirsty. $159 worth of gas. We're about 120 miles from Kerrville, so we're gonna get a Subway sandwich and then we will be right back. So I did the numbers, and boy, did the running the generator for 10 hours or 11 hours or however long it was really did affect the mileage. 6.17 miles to the gallon. But we were cool last night. We got a good night's sleep, so it's worth it. We were going to eat our Subway back there, but that Love station had red painted curb all the way around it. They had most of them have RV parking.
At least three
or four spaces. This had nothing. So Cindy looked on Allstays, and there's a rest area 18 miles ahead. So we're just going to haul it up I-10 for another 18 miles. We'll pull over to the rest area. I'll show you what the rest area looks like. And we're 96 miles now from our destination of Kerrville. And I think Cindy rented a spot there for 2 nights so she could go see her sister. I'll be back when we get to the rest area. Alright, here's the rest area. Well, it's not a rest area, it's a parking area. Which means it's just got 2 lanes, one on either side of the roadway that you pull into. There's no facilities, which we don't need, but there's really nowhere to safely walk the dogs. We just walked them at Love's. Unless this is got both, we'll see. The last parking area we passed only had parking on either side of the road. What's that little road to the right, Mama? But that's for cars. No, it's just a little cut-around road.
Maybe it is for cars.
Well, it's got parking just like this has. So it's got a little cactus area in the middle and a used tire.
Okay, is there enough room to get in between the trucks?
There is.
Okay.
Alright, we're going to have lunch and we'll be back when we get on the road. Alright, here we are, Highway 10, exit 501, Kerrville. It says we're about 2.5 miles from the campground. We're on a huge 7% grade going down here in the hill country. We got to stop this beast. When we get down here, the stop sign will take a right and ride her into the campground. Hear that tow haul mode screaming, revving the engine up to 4,200 RPMs.
Trying to slow her down.
Trying to slow it down. Alright, I'll bring you back when we turn into the campground. Alright, especially you gentlemen out there listening to this video, don't make the mistake I did. This is our second time at this KOA journey. First time, Cindy's going, there it is, turn in, turn in. I said, no, I don't think that's it. It says the crossing. And I kept on going. Well, there was no other KOA, so we're back.
Recalculating.
Hey y'all, it's Alec. We're set up in Kerrville. I just got a shower. Hair's washed. I feel so much better. I got so nasty when unhooking the Jeep and stuff. It was 89 degrees when we pulled in here. Mileage for the day, 385 miles, a little over 1,620 total traveled so far. I think we got another 260 till we get to Rockport, and then we'll be done. I'll show you our site real quick. Let me just flip the camera around. Passenger side, it's a long site. Problem is you've got the sewer and everything in the very back, so I had to back way up and almost jacked my front wheels up. Had to lower the back a little bit to get it to situate. She's not all the way level, but I'm not here long enough to put blocks underneath the front wheels, so she's sitting on a little bit of a downhill slope. Pecan tree, it's been a long time since we've been anywhere with pecans, or pecans as my wife likes to say. But site has a picnic table, and up here has a fire pit. Not a lot of room. We do have a nice shade tree. I'll get you a picture from up here by the Jeep so you can see it better. There is a community fire pit, grill, and gazebo right there next to our site. I'm not sure how I like that. Hopefully it won't get used while we're here. But this is the site. We're here. We're situated. We're going to take 2 nights off, and I'll probably do a review of this park. So stand by for that, and then to Rockport, and we're done. As always, like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. If you want to help us out with a little bit of gas money, use our Amazon affiliate link down below. We'd appreciate it. Safe travels, everybody.